Bird's first three, and he hits it. On the three. Boise State has shot 19 threes already in this game.
They've had games this year where they haven't taken 19 threes.
They've hit 5 of them. State Davis was outstanding. DJ scored just 14 points all year last year. Boyd falling away, way short.
Not a good first possession for San
Diego. In a Mountain West quarterfinal. Byrd wanted a 3. DeGorville kicks. There's the 3. It's long. Clean look at a 3. Missed it. Byrd has a big rebound for San Diego State and is off and running. Byrd in the lane gets it up. No whistle. Dagenhart has it.
Byrd worried too.
In his career. Biggest lead of the game for the Broncos. Byrd a 3. Runs it down.
They win in the tournament. In fact, 7 of the last 11 times they've been to the big dance, they've won a game. Bird's going to fire a 3. He's been struggling of late from distance and misses there.
But the natural talent certainly all for it to go zone, switch up the rhythm of the game if nothing else.
Byrd launching and strokes it.
Pressure is suffocating.
Boyd back out. Byrd now from distance again, a miss. And another chance coming for San Diego State.
Whole career. And Nevada needs to learn how to pass the ball to the team in the blue jerseys.
DeGorville to Byrd, a layup and one. No need for the extra mustard. San Diego State locker room, don't take your foot off the gas. That is the mindset that San Diego State has right now. Miles Byrd able to connect from long range.
One, if nothing else, just to drag out your man and create some sort of flow in the offense.
Byrd from way deep. Missed.
That's up to $2,000 in value. Only on Verizon.
The Mountain West, of course, the standard for defense in the Mountain West over the years has been San Diego State. Another stellar defensive season, and Miles Byrd rings the bell. Playing in his 4th school, this is the first time he'd ever gone through the senior night festivities. Byrd flicks the wrist around and out, and a box out for Bedford. A player whose scoring does not affect the rest of his game. He brings it both defensively and playmaking, no matter if the shot's going in. From the corner, no. And a loose ball foul on the other side. Hit the deck. Second chance, San Diego State. Down a point. Late first half. Great ball movement across the perimeter. Byrd wide right. Great tip by Davis. Boyd. Back on January 18th. Their first win in San Diego against the Aztecs since 2020. Miles Byrd, short, Bedford boards.
And not have a purpose to their drive as Byrd drives and makes a nice little pass.
McKinney. Oh my!
Woo! Byrd right there on that defensive possession right there. I mean, he literally shut down one side of the court. Right there, he's able to get the 3, and now you got him going. Now you got him going.
And no look! Boy, he turned around as soon as he fired it. It hit the back of the rim and off. How about Byrd? That's off the front of the rim. Shooter's paradise.
I like
that with big. Wayne McKinney III, one of a couple of San Diego natives on San Diego State. Byrd, a leaner, tries to pogo stick it back. Hicks secures the rebound, and then where does San Diego State go? They've been in a lot of these situations all year. Down in the second half. They've usually rallied, but Byrd nowhere close.
Resilient group all year long, being down and finding ways to win. And they have another opportunity to do that right now with Byrd with a wide open 3.
Front rim, can't get it to go, so he missed the second on the free team on the bench. Miles Byrd hunts a 3. Quick miss, and Bedford vacuums. This game could be at double digits easily if UNLV has made their free throws down to stretch. Still at 9. Byrd around and down with 8 seconds. Fresh
by what? But at least it was a dead ball turnover,
yeah,
right?
You can get the defense set.
All right, here's Byrd off the curl. Miles Byrd spins in. He is a streaky but dangerous one than he did at D2.
That's impressive. We asked that today, you and I, and he said, yeah, he spent a lot of time in the gym and kept working on it.
Byrd misses off the glass. Rebound ripped away by the top.
Easy to the right now with the NIL and the transfer portal.
So Nick Boyd in his last 5 games, 18 and a half. Back cut, Byrd dunk. Coleman Jones with a nice look. Barrow Compton playing more minutes without block. Byrd off the shot take. Byrd high off the window. Magassa has another rebound.
Yep.
Allen has 7 of their 12. Byrd fires a 3. Heidi fighting for the rebound, but it's ripped away by
Serbia. I've been at Belgrade, Carter. Coached our Notre Dame team over there for a while. We did Phelps' graduation for his daughter, so I filled in.
And now Byrd can Kentucky in 2019 at Pendleton County High School. Boyd turns the corner. Byrd launches and finally hits again. There's Miles Byrd. Big one. Plus 12 rebounding advantage and 8 offensive boards.
Yeah, well, the late great Adolf Rupp said the team that controls the boards controls the game.
That was Brian Dutcher's number 2 key in this game. Boyd bounces it to Byrd. Miles Byrd off the shot fake. Lean in. Big bucket, Miles Byrd.
He's tremendous. He scored so many different ways.
Literally, I think Magassa held up his hand like it was on me, but it wasn't.
Oh.
Byrd wide open, but he can't hit it. Tap out, rebound, Agbeth.
Good sign for the Aztecs.
Poked away. Byrd gets the steal, and now Byrd crosses over and finishes. Nesbitt going for the block. And now San Diego State trying to turn up the defensive intensity. Their calling card.
Here we
Here's
go.
Byrd.
He's unbelievable.
With the run out. Miles Byrd with the hammer dunk. Byrd back games, but he's been the difference in the second half on the boards.
Yep.
Byrd backing in, stepping back. Allen got a hand in his face, and what a roll for Miles Byrd. 4-point lead. Aztecs' largest lead was by 6 points in the first half. Byrd launches the 3. Rebound, Agben, but he stepped.
Running defense, and now Heidi. No whistle. Able to get rid of it. Byrd saves it. 2 to shoot. Long 3 is missed, but Heidi earns us. There really are 5 teams still in the mix. If they get a win at Utah State on Saturday, they could be right there in the conversation. Alley-oop up top. Byrd went soaring, but couldn't throw it down.
Just kind of struggled, the Rebels down the stretch. But so this is a massive opportunity for the Aztecs here at home, and then they finish with Wyoming, UNLV, and Nevada.
There was only 1 second on the shot clock. For got his hand on it. Davis. Byrd. Byrd up top. That will end the drought. Good from distance for him, but a lot of dribbling here and some trouble. 5 seconds to shoot now. Into the corner. Byrd. Soft shot deep in the clock. Missed it, and a good rebound for True Washington. Wait. Law pass underneath. Delly Jr. Joseph has it poked free. Here's Boyd in transition. Up ahead. Byrd soars for the alley-oop.
In his short tenure at New Mexico. New Mexico, though, Trent, we got to say, has a strong basketball tradition. He's kind of just upheld it.
That's absolutely right. As New Mexico gets the rebound on Boyd to inbound. Byrd, a little bit of space, gets his shot blocked. Closing in tight was Dent. Vinch, but he missed, and now San Diego State a chance to extend this 5-point lead. Byrd the step back, pull up tray. 7-point lead for San Diego State. They were up by 4 at the half. It's never been closer than that in the second. It's a 3 missed by Byrd.
Last game against San Diego State. No good on the 3. Rebound Aztecs. Byrd, transition 3. He lets it fly. No good. to try and answer. No good. Martinez rebound.
5 minutes the way they
disagree on something for the first time ever.
No, you're right in a standpoint of where right now they're calling it type. In the first 5 minutes, they were not.
Byrd, a huge three as he splashes one from the corner. DeGorville off the screen over to Byrd. He'll try a long triple. Too strong. Volleyballed alive by a...
Missed him.
They've got Byrd right now at that high post, one of their better playmakers. They still haven't had a touch there. Byrd has to let it go. Challenged by Falslev. Excellent box outs by the Aggies. He's 3 for their last 3. Ferrari hands it off. Byrd with 6 to shoot. Anderson challenging. Byrd falling away. Coleman Jones can't handle it. Falslev.
Sophomore season.
Aggies just 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Boyd trying to get in the paint. Dumps it off. Byrd elevates and gets the friendly roll, and the lead is now
State. Everybody in the gap. It's a matchup zone, amoeba-like defense.
Byrd, another long 3. It's short. This ball batted out of bounds, and we have seen
extra possessions for San Diego State. These are gifts.
Byrd, his long 3 just short once again. He's been right in line. Oh, no good. Cano now with a season-high 15 points, and there's some pushing.
Oh, what?
Byrd flying. He goes falling. Well defended. And now he's a lot of time left here in the second half. Byrd, the pump fake, goes baseline. Byrd tried to drop the hammer. And Miles Byrd, left curling to the cup, and Falslev,
not his night.
Still a tough night without a field goal, 0 for 5. Byrd in the corner, he'll try the triple. Still struggling to hit it from outside. Byrd now one of them coming on as of recently. Loses the ball there. Turnover number 5 as the Aztecs push it back down the floor. Byrd, corner 3, spots up, no good. From the field. Amunique, stonewalled. Ferrari leading the race. Byrd, the recipient, up and over. Byrd with a nice 2. Weaver on the other end, sails the 3. Aztecs showing some pace. Byrd, another triple. Coleman Jones back taps it to keep it alive. Corner, Weaver, clean look for 3. And the 3-point shooting woes continue for the Bulldogs. McKinney lobs it up. Oh, it's a Byrd. It's a plane. No, it's Miles. The gas and make sure we don't give them hope. They have done that, going 6 for 6 to begin this second half as Byrd rips away the offensive rebound, puts it right back in. And Byrd now with 8 points.
Chewy. All right, thank you, Chris. And then outs. And early on, the Aztecs doing some damage on the boards. Long 3 is short, and the rebound to Ubo at Boise State.
San Diego State did a terrific job, and easier said than done, but they're going to throw a lot of different players at him to try to contain him.
Byrd driving. That would have been something. You know, he's a finalist for the Julius Irvard. That's Boyd. It is. It's Byrd coming across with a block. Now Byrd a 3. Get this thing rolling for the Broncos.
Well, easier said than done because San Diego State's defense, as Boyd shoots a 3 right there.
That's Miles Byrd. Finds Degenhart, who lost the ball. Byrd, who else? Byrd. That's goaltending. That's a bucket for Boise State, and a great defensive night so far for the Aztecs. Byrd falling away.
Not a lot of problems for Degenhart and Cardenas to get anything going as their best players.
Byrd with the sore thumb hand, that right hand, misses. This is where Boise, the shot clock, wants to take a little more time off of it. Byrd falling away. Long tap. 20 more seconds on the... You don't want to take a bunch of shots.
Especially playing the point guard position, right?
Byrd gets in with a right hand. And a bucket.
Now,
Welcome to the event center in San Jose. Chris Lewis alongside Darren Collison. San Jose State has gotten off to the great start against San Diego State for their second meeting.
In their last meeting, as Davis goes up for a layup. But again, San Jose State getting off to a good start, moving the ball around. Byrd gets right here for a wide open three. But similar to things that we saw in the last meeting.
Time, but has had a larger role when Nganga was unavailable. Guap doubled. Byrd gets the rotation. Top of the arc three. Viola brings in the board.
That's good offense.
17-point lead is the largest for San Jose State. Eerily similar to the first meeting. Byrd, shorts. That does it. Top blocker in the Mountain West. Byrd, fadeaway J. That wasn't close. Scored by San Diego State to tie it, and they rip it away here with a steal. Wayne McKinney III. But Byrd flies fittingly to tip it back.
And that it doesn't matter.
He can fill it up. Down to a 1-point lead. Byrd, the response! Bullseye! Holding a 2-point lead. Shot clock down to 7. Miles Byrd, back ironed it off, need a board and a whistle.
Awesome attacking the glass on both ends of the floor, but if you're just now tuning in with us,
Byrd in there right now for the Aztecs. DeGorville kicks. Byrd launches, short, still a struggle from 3 for San Diego.
BJ Davis with 2, Heidi with 2. Ryan Evans, you just mentioned, with 2.
Oh, baseline out of bounds, and Miles Byrd, who Boyd, Byrd, Guap, Compton to Gorville on the floor. Byrd, it's a 3. Got it! If he heats up, continues a big night. 5 rebounds for Guap to go with 11 points. Byrd misses a 3. Guap returns it. Bulvis in the backcourt with him. So is Byrd. Byrd step back 3 from the corner. It's short. And Williams the rebound. Davis with the when San Diego State has to stop the drought. It's almost at 5 minutes now. Byrd against Lake. Gets in, left hand, and it rolls out. Heidi can't hold the rebound.
It's a shot he regularly match.
Tough to skip a pass against San Diego State. DeGorville barrels in. Byrd 3. Missed it. Heidi. Rebound. Put back. Free throws. Boyd looking for space. Colvin Jones kicks. Byrd missed the shot. And Clifford has the rebound. It's Crocker Johnson. Missed the 3. Big rebound. Boyd ahead. Byrd in motion. Here's the 3. Missed it. Evans. Oh!
I won't argue with the officials. They have a tough enough job as it is. But to stay with your point about what San Diego State's lost as Miles in that zone again for a second possession. 3-2. They may change. Lob down low. There's Byrd up and away. He's soaring. He's slamming for San.
And we are ready from the jump, and they have been here tonight. They're as dangerous as anyone in the Mountain West. Tough to argue. On cue, tries to make it happen with the left. Battle down low. And eventually, Koyanets comes away with it.
His awareness and his anticipation is spectacular.
Allen misses, saves into the hand of Boyd. Here's Byrd on the run, a 3. Short this time. Koyanets a hand on it. Heidi just took it away.
San Diego State's set such a precedence of how physical they are that you will get the advantage of some whistles here and there.
For the lefty, trying a back to the basket reverse.
Screening angles. Walk, a chance to tie it up the line.
Misses the second, but the rebound scooped up. Byrd's there. And he lays it in.
Throughout the game, because that's something that he does really well.
Someone should take notice of Josh Aduje going up against one of the best defensive teams in the country, lighten up the Aztecs so far. Missed by
him.
The Fresno State transfer from Vegas. just rose and went up and over him. Byrd's answer is a miss. In the Mountain West. But it's been excellent tonight. Byrd gets his first points of the game.
It's a great drive going to his left with a nice little floater over.
All turns the corner but lost it. Byrd, corner three, got it. Byrd, way deep for Miles Byrd in flight. Everybody, but he missed it. Byrd takes the lead, and a timeout called. 10 seconds for Boyd. Up top, Byrd. Not this time.
Some terrific offense, way to be patient. Arch, great recognition.
Byrd over two defenders. To Gorville. Byrd's the hot hand. Gets his defender up. Missed it strong. Spartan ball. Here's Boyd with 10 to shoot, a minute to go in the game. Looking for Byrd. The up and under!
Defensive team, but sometimes they get too physical.
6 straight for Nevada. Byrd. He is 0 to start. In fact, that's his first shot.
Yeah.
Utah State when they had 12 first half turnovers on the road in Logan.
Yep.
Just 6 in the second half, but we turned it over 12 times in the first half. That's tough to overcome.
No question. On the road, you got to take care of the rock.
Big one, and it's another miss. So 1 for 9 from 3-point for Nevada. And now Byrd, air ball. Yikes. Nails the 3. That is just the 9th made 3 on the season. Byrd, steal, and dunk. A big 5 straight from Sandy. So here's Byrd. Shot fake, trying to get Sanders. That's a wild look from Byrd, boarded by Rollison. The 6-foot Rollison trying to get Guad, back cut, Coleman Jones. Byrd as the Aztecs share the rock. Offensive rebound, Guad, stick back. He has the last pull. This would be, for now, a quad 1 win for San Diego State. Shot clock winding down. Byrd, still only 1 made field goal from Miles for his second double-double. His only double-double of his freshman season was at Fresno State. Byrd launches a 3 and hits. The first made 3 of the game for Miles Byrd in the game.
Yep. Byrd heats up. It's going to be trouble.
Byrd high off the window. Guap has the rebound.
Doesn't want to go against Guap. He's worried about it. He has a steal, man.
Himes throws it into the hands of Miles Byrd. Byrd Euros his way in, takes a bump, play on. Heidi's followed up, no foul called there. Forward in the second half between the two teams. 7-4 San Diego State leading in the second half. Into the corner, Byrd. He knew he missed it from the get-go. Guelph has the offensive rebound, kick out.
That's what he does. It's his role. Shoot the 3.
And now Byrd, deep 3. So he's stuck with it and gets a huge. But Elijah Saunders, who also transferred out, is having a really good year for Virginia.
Yep.
Byrd, air ball. And then Guap keeps it alive.
There are scarlet jerseys for the second time this season.
I heard what you did there, Chris. Well done right off the bat. But that's the way Byrd plays. Just so much joy and energy.
Takes the first jumper short, but Guap over the course of the years. Well, Guap takes a seat. Jared Coleman Jones back in. Byrd in the passing lane. He has a block. He has a steal. He has a floater. He has it all. Doesn't seem to matter where you are on the standings on a night-in, night-out basis. Great games, close finishes, upsets. But we have another here. Byrd for 3. A logo 1, no. A great box out by OK in 7 games.
for the 16-time Mountain West champ. Step back, Byrd from the corner, side of the backboard.
And he's off.
Nemo Ferrari back in for Coach Dutcher against the zone. Corner three, Byrd, no. But they look to Taylor as a steadying force.
They're back to that 1-3-1 extended zone.
Byrd will try to shoot him out of it. Misses to the left, still stuck on one field goal. San Diego State 35-4, their last 39 coming off of a loss. Reverse layup, Miles Byrd, the go-to guy at 15 a night. Byrd is 3. Mills already fouled out. And leading scorer in this game, Silo Husky, has to watch it with his 3. Rainbow from Byrd, that one was well short, and Air Force a chance. Backdoor cut, Watt says no! Byrd helped, Marshall's turned away. Byrd, Hezzy, Rainbow, front of the rim, the Gorville, banks.
San Diego State here on the Mesa. Viejas Arena sold out as usual. Both these teams are 4-2 in the Mountain West. Miles Byrd misses a 3. An up and down game so far.
And hey, you know, my biggest concern with San Diego State is staying away from the scoring drought. You know, the first 5 minutes, they have 2 points as Byrd shoots that 3, but they're getting a lot of good looks, but they got to find a way to get
Henley. Byrd, nice move, rises, misses. Athletic rebound by Brooklyn Hicks.
Good job by D-Don.
Bird's got burst, gets in, shots blocked. Rishwain, outlet, Bedford. A lot of minutes for DeGorville, working against Thomas.
Let's see if Byrd can get going. As you see right here, a draw play going to his left.
Missed the shot. Henley with the rebound. In final 2 minutes, first half, physical defensive battle, UNLV and San Diego State. Miles Byrd, that's a 3, and it's well short. And the Aztecs have been brutal. The ball's in Nick Boyd's hands. Thomas on defense. Byrd looking for a 3. That's a logo 3, and it's off. McKinney at the buzzer. How about
V is just not making it easy for him to get himself going.
Byrd the catch.
There you go.
And a free throw coming. Missed it. And a good rebound there by Farrell Compton. DeGorville up the floor. Byrd on the sore knee. Gets it!
Big dunk by Ndai, but I'm just more impressed by the response that UNLV is bringing every single time San Diego State makes a run.
Byrd! Miles Byrd looks like he's taking it. DeGorville to the bucket, to the cutter, and Byrd missed the scoop. Brian Dutcher wanted a foul, and he missed the layup. Boyd with the rebound. Suddenly the Aztecs showing signs of life. Byrd, long 3.
Panic coming off that pick and roll, and is able to see Jaden on the backside of that pick and roll.
Now Byrd launches, and it's short.
I like that look by Byrd.
Boyd is doubled. Byrd runs into Cherry, gets it up, ball's blocked. Boy, great defense on the interior. Loose ball. Davis. Byrd lost the ball. Rishwain on him. Byrd has 3-point distance, and he hits. Instead, he was second team All Mountain West. He's 19 years old and a sophomore, and he's got UNLV up 7. Byrd again missed the 3. Boyd the rebound. Byrd again. Got it. Drawn up by Kevin Kruger. Byrd back down the floor. Gets it in tight. In traffic, he muscles it up and in. And an answer from Sid. That helps in the 2-for-1 category. Byrd, step back, 3, missed it. And a rebound battled for, and a foul. And it'll take a miracle here for San Diego State. Boyd, Byrd, missed the 3. The running Rebels. Again, they're not a good shooting team right now. This is Magoon Guap, the big redshirt freshman. And there goes Miles Byrd with the miss and the rebound outlet. And Clifford already score and then lost to Texas in the first round. Clifford got a hand on that. Byrd recovers and scores with the left hand.
And the screener has to find the proper angle to set that screen, and you come together to not allow the defender to get through.
One of the best defenders in the West is Miles Byrd. A steal, but he missed not a spot in a game where he usually comes in. He's a really good three-point shooter.
Yeah, terrific three-point shooter at Brown.
And Byrd buries a three. All right, they've run the offense. This is what he means by play after the play. And they create something. Byrd, three, it's short. And that, I don't think, is what he... Clifford up to get it. Taken back by Compton. To Goreville. Trail three, Byrd. Got it!
No hesitation.
Tied loose by Guap.
He wanted to shoot it.
Byrd from the logo. Yes! Now it's a long logo, I'll give you that. Short roll. Bourne, not a good pass. That's what Byrd does. Oh!
That is a mini version of the Big Ten where it's a little bit slower, but it's very physical defensively. Many teams try to copycat the style of San Diego State, who's been successful as Byrd knocks it.
Essentially made the tournament by winning the Mountain West tournament. Byrd again, that's 5 steals from him. That's a three. And he missed it. He's human. Long three. Oh!
When it's your night, it's landscape of how to recruit with NIL, with the portal. Many have found some hidden gems over in Europe.
Byrd misses the three. Good rebound there by David. Euless, Texas. Magoon Guap. Oh, Byrd, that's another steal. And that's another dunk.
And that's a new career high, Rich. Put him at the line for 2.
Yeah, 11 of 31 now. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Colorado State playing a bit better here in the last 4 minutes. Byrd, a three. He started to miss some of those.
Miles Heidi, who was not available in their win Wednesday against Air Force, was out with the flu. Has checked in for the first time. This is Byrd, corner pocket three.
Same play, run at the other end of the game. And they creep themselves back in by getting good shots. Nice show. Look at that.
Boy, Byrd. Oh, freed up by the screen by Coleman Jones.
What a big body. Byrd's got to get going a little bit.
Leans in, that's a tough shot.
Trying to do the right thing.
Nice inside. The tip here. This is Byrd staying in play.
Oh, nice play.
Clean strip by Datson.
And a foul.
11-1. Hard to win in this place with that kind of number discrepancy in that category. This is Byrd left open, and he buries it from deep.
He uses
a team that has won its first 5 games in league play for the first time in 47 years. This is Byrd. Just a massively needed play to be. Tough catch for Johnson. Bucks, and he threw it away. A foot race, Byrd up to Boyd, lays it up, he missed it. Look at Byrd, those long arms, he couldn't put it down.
Rutgers and Villanova and the heyday, now coaching high school kids. That's his grandson, his nephew, excuse me, Boyd.
Byrd buries a corner three.
Dive, big fella. Great acknowledgement.
Joseph approaching a double-double. Byrd sticks it again from deep.
He is a gamer.
Let's have some momentum. Big possession here, down 9.
Nolan's got to pay attention to business, and he over-helps. And look, great look for Byrd. Ooh, goodness. Compton got held. Denial.
McKinney able to rip it back. This is DeGorville, the freshman. Byrd from deep. And it's going to be over the back against Heidi here. Only average about 12 turnovers per game. Tough catch. Compton saves Boyd. Into the corner. This is Byrd. Badly needed that three. They come up empty.
It started early. It continues.
Byrd changing direction. It's a tough shot. Dent's going to push.
Look at the numbers here.
Matchup zone, so it looks a lot like man-to-man, but they switch everything.
Three early is an air ball from Miles Byrd, but saved by San Diego State. No reset of the shot clock. 5 seconds now. Back to Byrd. He'll fire again. Same spot. Similar result, but a putback tip in right there. Air Force looking to push. Well, backdoor action gets taken away. Boyd up ahead. Boyd, the alley-oop try. Oh, Byrd tried to bring that house down. Third worst free throw shooting team in the country.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's cost them several games.
Miles Byrd, coming off a real big one against Boise State, misses his third three. I would have said that Air Force would have a 9-point lead with 7 turnovers. Less than 12 minutes into the game. Most people would have thought you were nuts. What a take there by Miles Byrd. Soaring to the hoop, lays it in, and now has a chance to turn.
But in this conference, and I think if San Diego State ends up winning the Mountain West Series again, he will be the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year.
And the flush.
Here.
Shot underneath, missed by Marshall. Rebound goes to San Diego State.
Nice pass.
Byrd alone. Short. He's having a tough shooting night.
Yeah, he really is.
New Mexico, the very last team in the tournament.
Hanging on by a thread, and I was there on Friday night in their buzzer-beating home victory against Nevada.
Takes the lid off, and Air Force hits a three. 46 minutes between made buckets for Air Force in real time.
And the smallest, number 23 and right, to shoot the ball every time he touches it. Watch, if he gets a touch, they all want it.
Byrd goes up, throws it down on a finishing touch for him tonight.
Boys, Boise State win that one by 9. That was the same day the football team was playing in the Fiesta Bowl at the same time, so perhaps not many eyeballs. Byrd, tough gainer, halfway down.
And that's the other thing about Boise State. It's hard to do, but recruiting is all about fit. A good player for Brian Dutcher might not be a good player for somebody else.
Offensive rebound, San Diego. That is his second foul.
That's a big one. He probably, and you know what, that's the one guy that, him and Degenhart, that Leon Rice doesn't want to play without.
Reckless close out, the three goes. Buchanan fouled.
A lot.
Free throw differential and rebound differential. The two pillars for Boise State this season.
Shot.
That is Byrd. Big time. Meadow in traffic. Transition, Byrd gets it to go. Miles Byrd feeling it. Johnson in his way. Davis, too strong. Offensive board, here's Byrd, rainbow three, front iron. Byrd a leader. Wow. Perfect.
He makes tough shots.
Byrd once more, circus play. Johnson there to tip it home.
I'll tell you, Johnson has been at the line.
And Magoon Guat, who also had 2 personal fouls in half one, limited minutes, picks up the rebound. Byrd firing away, bullseye.
Well, you got to find this kid quickly.
40% three-point shooter has been on point. Boise State turnover. Byrd flies open floor. Oh, he's stored on the dunk. He's gotten everything else to go. Because
State.
have the 2-point lead out of the timeouts. Byrd with a game-high 17 points, splits, rolls to the rim, but thrown away. David Buchanan from behind.
I hear that.
NAIA's top scorers a season ago. Indiana Wesleyan. Now here at Boise State, Miles Byrd. He has 19 points, 7 of 13 from...
And you know what? San Diego State has won 87 of their last 93 games when they lead at the half. They led by 1 at the half.
That's Miles Byrd. San Diego State could not finish with a lead against Utah State. Trying to do it here on the road. Block. Second chance. Third.
Off the iron. Byrd, long three.
The fact that these guys stayed. I mean, Falslev, great freshman year. Ian Martinez, best year of his career. The fact that you have some carryover from last season so big.
Byrd too strong on the three. Another offensive rebound for Guac.
Combine those two things, and you've got a problem.
Byrd with the left hand, can't finish it. And DeGorville comes flying in and commits a foul. It down just a bit. Byrd hunts the three from the corner.
And Davis had options, yet Byrd in the corner got a chance to be an absolute stud.
Byrd curling, spins, and with the left hand puts it in.
And Utah State is switching to take that dribble out from just some of the standing around.
Again, 5 on the shot clock. Byrd, ball in his hand from the logo. He lines it up, a deep, deep three.
Nick Boyd, one of the leaders, number 2, will handle the ball a lot for the Aztecs. So will he. Miles Byrd's first shot is off, and Sissoko out-wrestles everybody for the board, and B.J. Davis handling the ball up top there, and now Swath comes and Swath sits the screen. Miles Byrd for 3, off. Coleman Jones tips it out, and here comes Cal. The hockey arena coach, but the rim seems a little cold right now. Byrd misses. Stojakovic clears it.
He's to a fast break. This is what San Diego State has to do. Get down transition, attack the basket. Let's get to the free throw line.
Miles Byrd, no good. Coleman Jones saves it, but it goes to Jeremiah Wilkinson. The field. And he's coming off that career high.
After the free throws, build his confidence up.
Byrd for 3. He got it. And a three-pointer right when you called it, Coach. 1 3-pointer made in this game. That was Mr. Miles Byrd from San Diego State. And he tries for a second off the mark, but we talked second chance points. The defense affecting the offense. Byrd swatted by Sissoko. Guath runs it down. Byrd in the corner. Ola Joseph loses it. Petritis sits down with 3 fouls now. The defender fell down. Byrd was left alone. And Miles Byrd with another 3.
To Randy Bennett at St. Mary's. He's done an incredible job as they've transitioned from Division II to Division I. Loud play. Byrd missed the slam. Went over top. Silverstein. That was from 5 minutes have gone by. Boyd's got 5. Now Byrd is open. He'll fire a 3 and answers from the far corner. So large crowd tonight. Here's Byrd trying to create and turn the corner. Reverses but missed it. And we got it's underway here in the second half. Guath steps in. Byrd answers at the other end. Teams have shot 52% from the floor tonight. Byrd again. And Byrd has another three, his third. For Pharaoh Compton, the reigning Mountain West Freshman of the Week. Byrd, the Player of the Week, and here he is, open. Again, Miles Byrd. Three of them in the second half. 7, DeGorville, a couple of assists tonight. Now Byrd, long three, heat check, rolls out. Rebounded by Johnson. It's 64-49. Daniels Jr. matched up on Compton. Byrd's got the steal. Look out, Miles Byrd. Timeout. Heidi fighting for it. Ball's on the floor. Heidi's got it. Finds the cutter. And now Guath comes up with it. Outside Byrd. Bird's been hot. Three. Long. And first time they've met here since 2018. Davis trying to turn the corner. Dumps it off. And Byrd missed the layup. Nice pass from Davis. It's corralled by Jamerson. DeGorville thought about a three. He had that personal 7-0 run a moment ago. Here's Byrd attacking, draws contact, scores, and a chance at a three-point play. Whistle came a motion outside. Boyd attacking. Now Byrd pulling up. Jumper. Long. Coleman is going to be called for an over and back. Over the back to this point from USD. This is Byrd staying in with those three fouls, attacking and scoring to tie it up. So Byrd stays out there. Okay, it's going to be Boyd. Now Compton. Nice job by San Diego State. Compton, Euro, puts it up. No, put back. No from Byrd, and he was hit in the face, but no call. It's actually holding as still has it. Running the floor with an 8-point advantage. Under 12 to play. Extra pass Byrd. Corner three in the air. No. Compton the offensive rebound. Goes up. No. Heidi another chance. They got to get it over. And Davis fouled. No call. Davis ahead for Byrd. Now San Diego State weaving through with Byrd. No. Simon then undercut, and a foul against Byrd is going to be leading by 11. Boyd using Heidi. Back for Byrd. Fires a three. Got it! Miles Byrd! On your view in the Mountain West Network on Wednesday night. Right back here at Viejas Arena. We'll have it for you. This is Boyd. Whips it for Byrd. Byrd nails another three. Miles. USD, to its credit, had a second half brief lead, but the Aztecs fought back. Byrd. Knifes through. Missed it. Drew contact. And this goes back to the Toreros.
For their team to score their first bucket. I'd be standing for a while.
Byrd, foul on the right side, another miss. No points yet.
Change your style at all? He says, absolutely not. This is my first year with the program. We're trying to establish an identity and a culture. We're going to play the way we play.
Byrd, no. Rebound comes on to Robinson.
Just 1 for 8 from 3 on the season. But, you know, Vance Walberg's like, hey, if you're open, take that.
Now we're going to see Byrd go from way deep and get it for the Aztecs.
You pass it up, you are in trouble. They're not going to give you another one. And I thought that Fresno State needs to be a little more aggressive on their first take.
Another miss, that's Miles Byrd.
Just wants to fly up and down, and the other team wants to methodically break you down over 40 minutes.
Byrd with all kinds of room, but missed. He won here.
That's hard to do. Win a conference road game by almost 30 points.
I would. Over the left side, Guath.
Oh.
Trying to get a tip lay-in and ends up going 2 points. Byrd came closing it. Strong take for Price, but ran right into 3 Aztec defenders. Now here's Byrd. Right back to the bucket, no. Missed the layup. Guath gets the rebound.
He's going to pull up Jay. Pull up Jay right here.
Speaking of which, Miles Byrd missed.
That would have been
Fresno State. 7 minutes to go in this game. Still 15-point lead for the Aztecs. Byrd up in the air.
He wasn't going to make the same mistake twice last time. Finish, and then you lose Jaden Ledee, who was an All-American candidate. Yeah, we had questions, but they're answering them the last couple of weeks.
Byrd on the break gets the steal and the score for 2.
By Jared Coleman-Jones.
Both these teams right now defensively ahead of their offense to start the game, forcing them to tough shots. And speaking of tough shots, Miles Byrd.
Many, many years, and then worked in the NBA with Greg Popovich. That is a very recognizable term. Long 3 late clock. Byrd putting up, I think he thought the clock was a little deeper than it was, to a great 3-point shooter. The real counter is a guy who can put the ball on the deck and drive a little bit and get some contact. That'll take us to the end of the first play in this tournament. Each of these teams went 1-1, but their point differential is what got them into this third-place matchup. The lefty fires, Byrd misses, rebound, ripped down.
He assists on 41% of his teammates' made field goals while he's on the court, and has the best plus-minus of any Cougar. So hugely important as Byrd knocks down an open 3 games as opposed to 2?
See,
oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
That's where contracts come into play.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here's Byrd on the runner in the lane. No good, and they're going to get a foul over the back. On the knowing Sharp is trying to body him up to get a call. Three-pointer is good, and it's Byrd once again. And it's come alive in this second half. Misses the next. Rebound. Another chance for San Diego State. Byrd no good. And Tugler finally secures.
Oh, I like that. Compton gets possession matters. Only 2 seconds on the shot clock, B.A.
Got to get one up quick. And here he is. Byrd lets it fly. Off in time. No good. And a rebound secured by Tugler.
Man, bodies.
After Houston was up 11. Drive to the basket. Cut off. And Byrd has to put one up a prayer. He had to shoot that right-handed. He's a left. Here's Byrd. Byrd trying to get to that left hand. Does so. Byrd drives. Oh, what a bucket! Miles Byrd.
San Diego State did an amazing job coming out in the second half and executing in the half court. They relied on transition a lot in the first half.
Byrd off the heel, out to Davis. San Diego State with the reset. Your question, Candace. Let's get some more context courtside.
Candace, I don't know if this is just players talking, but I talked to Nate Biddle about it a couple days ago, and he said, we're not thinking about the money at all. We just want to play a basketball.
Miles Byrd off the high screen. Taj DeGorville finds Byrd, separates, and scores. That was pure from Miles Byrd.
I think we'll have a lot of fight in the second half.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys.
That was another key piece at the end, wasn't it? His second thought, his bigs doing too much. Let the guards work as we begin with a Byrd bucket.
Has come on as of late.
And bringing their crowd back into this contest as well. They traveled well. Corner 3. Byrd, it skimmed the side of the backboard. Here's Byrd. Gets into Bamba. Tough left hand. Oh, look what I found. Thorough Compton.
It's a mismatch between DeGorville on the block they were trying to exploit. Couldn't quite do it.
Byrd. Not this time. And it runs out through the corner back to Oregon. Fox with it. He's got a season high. He coughs it up.
Big possession.
Trying to take it all the way. And Biddle collects another mistake.
They don't start off knocking down shots like he did yesterday, but he kept taking them and he took the right ones. And that's what you want in a point guard.
Rattles home for Byrd. Stick around. We've got Creighton and A&M coming up next in game 2. A deep heave goes begging. Biddle will claim it. Shot clock turned off. Sends event. That figures to rise as he now settles into the starting lineup after starting the second half against Nebraska. Pull up. Lefty floater good. Miles Byrd, the emotional leader of this Aztecs group. Able to dribble through traffic. Spins out. Now Byrd on the bounce. Off the heel, pulled down weak side by McAndrew.
Nice contest by
Creighton.
Yeah, Coleman Jones doing a great job early on with Kalkbrenner. You know you're going to have the front.
A steal. Miles Byrd on a race to the rim. Clean up those mistakes.
Coach, appreciate it. Good luck.
Thanks, Lauren.
Guys.
To Greg's point, they went 1 of 5 from the free throw line and shot it at only 37% in that first session. Miles Byrd gets the Ags this season. Been rock solid ever since for Creighton. Led them with 25 points their last time out. Lefty three goes begging for Miles Byrd. Long rebound save. Playing off 2 feet. It was a nice example there of Isaac's under control.
And I love that. You think about in college playing off of 2 feet, but in the pros, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander as Byrd knocks down the 3 for San Diego State.
Run cold, 1 and done for Creighton. Pharaoh Compton rising for that rebound. Byrd feeling it.
Trying again.
He's going off.
He said boom as he knocks it down.
Let's Creighton battle back. I mean, this is a wide margin for a team that defends as well as San Diego State.
Well, Creighton can get hot from beyond the arc. I think that they go to their bread and butter. Again, Byrd is come out in the second half.
He's leading to strong offense.
Taj DeGorville got the block, then the swipe. Nice find. Oh, my. This place would have erupted if Miles Byrd had put that to keep up with San Diego State. They've made just 1 of their last 8 attempts from the floor.
And you could tell it was the game plan to run Creighton off the 3.
Boyd, and it looks like Battle got popped in the eye. Kick back out, and a miss there by Miles Byrd. Cloth can shoot the 3. So can Boyd. Shot clock down, the double comes. Byrd launches.
He's a shot blocker, but he's different than some of the shot blockers like Nathan Mensah they've had in the past.
Turnaround, and Byrd misses it. And the Aztecs are having trouble knocking.
Zaga to get a quick shot off as the time expires.
Here we go, 7 seconds left. Boyd driving, kicking, Byrd rising, 3. No! Stromer with the rebound, and the Bulldogs, frustrating night for him. Double comes, Boyd. Bird's corner 3. Heidi with the rebound.
Have the 3-point advantage 3 minutes in. Brian Dutcher calls out the play to our right. Byrd pull up, 16-footer, short. Guath, the offensive rebound. Doubled, and he's getting shots blocked by Byrd. Aztecs quickly the other way into the half court. Byrd fires a 3. High arcing, missed it short. Rebounded by the Tritons, who lead by 3. Byrd skies for the offensive rebound. Kick, McKinney. Passes up the shot for Boyd. Straight on. That's short. And the dunk try on the putback from Guath won't go. The Aztecs just one attacks. Boyd. Quick pass, McKinney the 3rd. Back for Boyd. Good passing. 2 to shoot. Byrd gets it to go at the buzzer as the shot clock expires. Boyd with 12 points against the Aztecs in that Final Four game. Won, of course, famously by Lamont. Here's Byrd again. And again hitting. Miles Byrd, who was short. Nick Boyd comes away. Guath, 3 blocks in the first half already. Extra pass. Byrd, short. That would have brought the crowd to its feet. At the last 5 for SDSU, and San Diego State has its largest lead. There's Byrd. Look out. Miles Byrd with 2 hands. Timeout, UC San Diego. Second against the Tritons in the second half. This is Guath. Now Byrd, long 3 from the wing. Gets it to go again. Miles Byrd, 2-run. Guath at the scorer's table. Danger time for the Aztecs. Can they answer with Byrd? Long 3, and he drills it. Miles Byrd has a career high. Boyd with the shot clock at 9. Now Byrd, defended by Howell, attacking, getting towards the rim, and scoring off the glass. 3-point game with 6:54 remaining. Up by 7 at 1 point in the second half. Byrd left wing. Byrd long 3. That's going to be short. McKinney the offensive rebound. Finds Byrd. Look out below. Bird's got 12. and they go for the steal and have it. Boyd's got it for San Diego State. Ahead, Byrd, right wing, three, short. Would have brought the house down. Aztecs have scored the last 9.
Hot. Byrd has the loose ball. Cut. Coleman Jones misses the dunk. Scramble for it. Byrd saves it. McKinney down the lane. Fouled. Bucket. On a missed shot or a live ball turnover. Buchanan, that's a good feed from Carmichael, but off on the three. Boise State has shot 19 threes already in this game. Walmart, April 4th, 4:30 Eastern, right here on CBS Sports Network. When he got his hair cut and walked into shoot-around at Utah State, he didn't have his glass.
To your point about Jerry Palm and his saying they're both in, Boise State just hasn't been able to win on the road in the league. They had 2 games.
Cardenas, kick, Dagenhart, clean look at a three. Missed it. Byrd has a big rebound for San Diego State and is off and running. Byrd in the lane, gets it up.
Byrd nearly took that one away. Into the corner. A miss. Alone is Dave.
Emphasis on the defensive end of the floor. San Diego State has guys that can knock down shots, but never really found that consistency, especially over the last couple of years, but it hasn't mattered. Their greatness has seeped through any score. They bring him off the bench to provide a spark for the Wolfpack. I think he found the right place for him under Steve Alford, who's just creative in how he gets his guys looks. You have to have somebody settle your guys down and just create. And so far, it's been Davidson.
Davidson misses there, but you can see the San Diego State bench. They are up and active, and 13 points for Compton tonight, matching a season best. Underneath. Wow. Compton with the block.
He is everywhere. In their ability to find looks in transition, and Nevada's shown some effort. But on senior night, that's always such a tough day to play against a team. The emotions are high.
That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
The Mountain West continues here on CBS Sports Network, here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. Alongside Darren Collison, I'm Chris Lewis. It's fight, nothing given, everything earned with 2 of the best defensive teams in the Mountain West. Henley off back iron, and here's San Diego State. The game that's had 4 lead changes, 5 to college. His prior stops, and now final year at UNLV. Collision on the jumper. Coach Dutcher wanted a foul. Davis hit the deck. Second chance, San Diego State.
And not have a purpose to their drive as Byrd drives and makes a nice little pass.
McKinney. Oh my! Woo! In and out. Still at 8. Aztecs need a bucket, need it fast. San Diego State. That was the Mountain West opener where he suffered a knee injury and missed the rest of the season. And that was his return season to UNLV. A guy from Vegas who started his college career at Oklahoma. Missed 2 free throws. Boyd, rainbows, front of the rim. Boyd, Byrd saves. Coleman Jones has to fire. It does.
Take their time. Ideal possession, 25, 28 seconds and score.
Into the corner, Allen misses. Long rebound this time. Byrd runs it down for San Diego State. Coleman Jones attacks. Peck's back within 1. Here's Agbim. Bounces it. Heidi gets the block at the rim. Byrd heaved to put a scare, but Heidi.
It's not only like the blocks numbers, Trent, it's also like the way he alters the game and kind of makes, guys like Donovan Dent think twice about driving the lane.
The one thing about San Diego State is they
2 lead guards, Nick Boyd and Donovan Dent. When they get out in the open floor, it's like the floor is tilted downhill.
Compton with the takeaway. Now Compton in transition. Oh my!
Be a little extra aggressive, I'd say.
That one a miss and a rebound. It's Miles Byrd.
And back up big men. With Magoon Guaf out, you're basically, right now, you're in trouble.
And now a front court of DeGorville and Compton. Washington thought about it. Omsil hit one early in the game, misses strong. And the rebound comes out to San Diego State.
Nick Boyd, the starting point guard for
up top inside of 8 minutes to go in this game.
Look at the double team down low.
The hot hand has been Milicevic, but he missed, and now San Diego State a chance to good pass to Washington in the corner. Just doesn't fall. Omsil's second chance, a lot of contact, no whistle.
Nice block there from Coleman. UNLV on March 4th.
Trying to save it, shots missed. San Diego State is going to win this ball game.
Answer no good. Martinez rebound. Martinez, he'll try the triple. Wrong. Here comes Boyd, sprinting it on 4 seconds. But his collegiate coach, Rob Nelson, who he said, I still talk to him every day, gave him that opportunity to learn on the floor through his mistakes. He said, I've got to do a better job of protecting them. And with a lot of those, they've just checked up by a few inches.
Oh, you got to guard him. You have to guard him.
Lacano, no good. Lacano now with a season-high 15 points, and there's some pushing. Step on the gas and make sure we don't give them hope. They have done that, going 6 for 6 to begin this second half as Byrd rips away the offensive rebound, puts it right back in. And Byrd pump fakes down low, too strong. Heidi muscles it away. Ferrari for 3. No good. Byrd once again grabs it with a wing, kicks it out. Ferrari, he'll try it once.
Says, I'm on it. 3 on the way, and it rims out. And the rebound by Lockett, tipped out. San Diego State. This is a 1-and-1. That's 2 points in this environment.
When you look at New Mexico's schedule, as Gardinas drives right here.
Another block. I don't know who had a piece of it, Guath or Byrd. But they meet again in Las Vegas, which is what, 3 weeks away. Meadows spinning. Blocked. 10 blocks by San Diego State.
Might be Guath's 6th block. Is that
San Jose State comes in shorthanded without their top 2 scorers on the year, Josh Aduje, Will McClendon, both out due to injury. Despite that, it is the underdog Spartans. But the 4-point quick in transition, he gives it away. Marial, the tallest player in the Mountain West, a couple of key defensive plays. Davis misses the corner 3, a loose ball foul on the first meeting between these squads. It was a 21-point advantage for San Jose State in the first half. Wayward 3 from Davis, brought in by Byrd. San Jose State has lost 14. A road loss to Colorado State over the weekend.
You're saying the same sentiment works that I was saying.
Points of the second half were scored by San Diego State to tie it, and they rip it away here with a steal. Wayne McKinney III. But Byrd flies fittingly to tip it back.
Awesome attacking the glass on both ends of the floor, but if you're just now tuning in with us.
And Brian Dutcher, frustrated, went to his bench early in that stretch. Kyle Jorgensen is in. His jumper on a short clock is short. And here come the Aztecs, who have opened the game going 1 for.
They're ready from the jump, and they have been here tonight. They're as dangerous as anyone in the Mountain West. Tough to argue. On cue, tries to make it happen with the left. Battle down low. And eventually, Coyonet's champion and a high school football champion. Return to Wyoming to try to bring the Pokes back to national prominence. Great defense down low. Walk is everywhere offensively. The huge final 10 takes first half from San Diego. DeGorville into the corner. Davis, Canada 3. With a stick back try, a foul called. Wills drives in, hangs, can't hit. Belich, free, too strong on a 3. And Byrd soars for the rebound. The sophomore lefty is on the move. Viejas. Wills, not there. Rebound for Byrd. Screening angles.
Walk, a chance to tie it up the line.
Misses the second, but the rebound scooped up. Bird's there. And he lays it in. 1 3-point lead. 4 to shoot. Nesbitt gets free over Heidi. Almost banked it in. Byrd has the rebound.
That's again awareness of shot clock. You inbound that.
Heidi. Nesbitt on the end. Almost banked it in. Boyd's got the rebound. And the Aztecs looking good here. The foul.
Is that three-point shooting weapon consistently. And Max Rice, of course, the coach's kid last year, was outstanding at that. That is what Jared Coleman-Jones cut. Coleman-Jones misses the dunk. Scramble for it. Byrd saves it. McKinney down the lane. Fouled. Bucket. What a sequence. Byrd on a screen. Meadow stays with him. Boyd, 3. Yes! Nick Boyd.
Also something to consider, and to think that he's close, he's already running, and he's shooting and shoot around. That's a good sign.
He is feeling some type of way on senior day.
Behind the arc at the free throw line. Doing a great job getting to the basket and converting from long range. Boyd trying to add to it here, and he does!
Well, offensively, I mean, forget about it.
Corner 3, B.J. Davis. Why not? Everything's going in tonight for San Diego State.
And then they gain confidence when they see the ball go through the net. So as a result, you have a team that's really clicking. Oh my gosh, Trent, I am so sorry. I am in your way.
DeMar Shea Johnson. It's been physical and a lot of fouls in the second half in particular. Underneath, Heidi again getting stronger and stronger.
The Mountain West continues here on CBS Sports Network, here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. Alongside Darren Collison, I'm Chris Lewis. It's two of the hottest teams. Bedford tips the rebound, but it's gobbled up by the guard, B.J. Davis, for the Aztecs. Wayne McKinney III gets them all from deep.
You see San Diego this season is
they continue to put together a fabulous season.
Yeah, they're having a terrific season, Chris. Pass.
Excellent feed. Miles Byrd sets up Miles Heidi.
That's a joy to watch right now. I mean, it's just his ability to drive the way he's driving, but step back and shoots the 3. I mean, when you have all 3 areas of the game going, Chris.
Coleman-Jones to get out. Heidi instead sets the screen and rolls. Instead, Miles Byrd with 2 to shoot. Carves inside, whips a pass to Heidi. How did he do it? Great vision by Byrd.
Terrific.
The Jets. Byrd says no. Goes behind the back. Saves possession. Nick Boyd retreats behind the line. Takes the rainbow and cashes.
This is such a fun game.
4 steals a game. Lowest in the Mountain West, the number of steals for Wyoming.
Bottom 6 in the country in steals a game. Davis hits a 3. B.J. Davis, the sophomore.
San Diego State defends a 3 very well, Carter. 30% from the three-point land if you play against them.
Byrd drops it off. Heidi finishes with the left. He has the last 4 points.
5:28 seconds and score.
Into the corner, Allen misses. Long rebound this time. Byrd runs it down for San Diego State. Coleman-Jones attacks and finishes. The 6
for the Aztecs.
Halfway through what is already a wild second half. McKinney off the curl. McKinney floats. Byrd finds him off the curl. Timeout.
It was a lesson learned for Richard Pitino. He's like, we never take anything for granted. We don't think we're in the field. We're going to play desperate basketball.
Byrd makes the extra pass for Heidi for the lane. And, I mean, while we're looking at the go, but they miss on their opening possession.
Yeah, you might ask, how is that? It's not a trend you want to get into, but the spurt ability of this team, like, as B.J. Davis drills a three-pointer, a nice start.
As New Mexico picks up full court. Byrd able to break the pass up ahead to Heidi. Yes!
James coming into his stride at this point in the season. He's been the difference maker. O'Connell right now with half of the points for Utah State. And a response in the other corner. B.J. Davis.
Goon Guath's absence.
An update on Magoon Guath, a hyper-extended right knee. So great news for San Diego State, and even better, their first lead of the night as Beach.
There's Chewy.
And welcome to
air to win games is very little. And so if you're Fresno State, you have to be careful with your turnovers.
Magoon Guath, and that's why the scouts are starting to keep an eye still. Brian Dutcher said, my players have to make more plays against the zone. I have less control as a coach against it. As Guath, come on, at 7 feet with that kind of touch.
That defensively, and everybody else is going to have a piece of the action.
Stolen. McKinney with the quick hands. Byrd transition. Boyd up and under with the left.
Ask for is just the shot selection definitely has to be better, and they've done that thus far.
Byrd, Guath for three, buries another one.
This is Byrd. Shot clock down. Lob for Guath. Got it. Oh! Catch and score.
This season, San Jose State comes in shorthanded without their top two scorers on the year, Josh Aduje, Will McClendon, both out due to injury. Despite that, it is the underdog. Spark in front of the rim. DeCorville scoops up the rebound on the baseline. Team that was 0 for 13 from 3 in the first half. Jared Coleman-Jones, reverse.
Out of bounds scoring teams in the country.
Well, they kick it. This is Byrd. DeGorville somehow got it up and in.
Wow.
Difficult angle. And a bit.
And then the other thing is they're missing who they were expecting to possibly be their leading scorers, Reese Waters.
Heidi cleans up nicely. On a good feed, Byrd next to the energetic and very charismatic first-year head coach of Wyoming, native of Gillette, Wyoming. Pass down low, Heidi free for the easy hammer. What a pass from Byrd. Here for San Diego State, they've been ice cold. Here's Byrd. Almost getting the offensive foul, got the arm way up high. Guath in the corner, there's a three. The big guy can stretch it out. Three right to the bench here next to us. Courtside in San Diego. Byrd's been quiet. In the corner for Boyd. There it is. Three-pointer, Nick Boyd.
He's learning to try to do both, and it's a tough, transition for any guard to become a point guard, let alone point guard for San Diego State.
That three from Guath is good.
Why? There's not much you can do. You contested a shot. He hit it 3-4 feet behind a three. Got to tip your hat off. Great pass by Byrd.
And DeGorville able to finish down low.
Step up right now.
Byrd on the catch. Trying to get the lob.
Pass.
Magoon through all kinds of traffic.
Great pass.
A physical, tough basketball game, because that's what we've got in the last few years between the Aztecs and the Wolfpack, and a three early for B.J. Davis.
We see a three, you never know.
Of 11 points, just heartbreaking 0-4 start.
Exactly. It's a fine line, Carter, for sure. Every game. Nice move.
Jared Coleman-Jones, the sixth-year senior.
Yep.
On Coleman-Jones. Boyd gives it back to Byrd. Byrd, nice look. Coleman-Jones finishes off the assist from Miles Byrd.
Great pass by Miles Byrd.
That's rejected, but Davidson there to pick it up. Lost the handle. Byrd gets another steal, and now Byrd and Boyd. Boyd finishes with the left. Aztecs on the run. Double-digit lead off the shot fake.
You got a mismatch. Post up. You got a midget on you.
Got the 6-foot Rollison on him, so even inside, Guath with the dunk. Byrd finds the mouse in the house, and Guath finishes.
The thing, they thought he'd be the starting point guard.
Byrd finds Guath. Byrd to Guath. That's 6 assists for Miles Byrd, and 2 more missed threes. Nevada is 0 for 7 from 3. Run out dunk. All Aztecs now in Reno. Timeout, Steve Olbert by Byrd. Nevada trying to heat him up. There's Byrd to Guath again. That's been the combination all night. Miles Byrd to Magoon Guath with 15 points, 13 rebounds, 2 block shots. Byrd, 11 points, 4 rebounds, career high, 8 assists, make it 9 as Byrd lobs it to Compton. 9.
Slippy for the upsets. Getting to the line, making threes, getting stops. Nearly one with Marshall. Coleman Jones, loose ball, off glass, it goes. He flexes and one,
just like that.
And that's 100% correct, because the thing about sports, it takes, as you can see, good pass by Byrd to Coleman. The thing about sports, all it takes is one game to change your season.
Earlier this year against Fresno State, 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 blocks. But they need him to figure out the consistent level of effort that's necessary. Wayne McKinney will curl as you vacate that weak side. Great execution.
Pick and roll and dunk.
So we come up on a 5-minute mark in this first half. San Diego State pass. Byrd dropping a dime underneath to Coleman Jones. So creative.
Basketball venue, and these fans have been awesome. School is not in session right now, Trent, so the student section isn't as crazy as it normally is.
They would have brought the house down for B.J. Davis on the right side. He's the rim. Jared Coleman Jones the rebound. Playing with 3 fouls, mind you. Another one in the corner. No one can stop B.J. Davis. 3 straight.
No doubt that they were concerned more about Nick Boyd on that than they were about the big guy.
Pick the big guys. Wow! The Gugwa climbs the ladder for the first. Byrd was double teamed and delivered a dime to Heidi.
Gotta help him. Able to break it, just barely guaffed. Compton. Well, it took them a while, Aaron, but once they got it across, they weren't just breaking.
Utah State still without any fast break points. One of the very best in the nation in that regard. McKinney for 3.
San Diego State is overloading that zone.
Byrd has had a dynamite first half. Another 3 put in by DeGorville. That's his second.
Stojakovic blocked from behind by Byrd. Compton. San Diego State has its first lead. Boyd. Got it.
I like the idea of building out the defense, a little bit of ball pressure right now.
Beautiful pass. Byrd to Boyd for the easy 2.
Out of 12, 6 minutes in. Wayne McKinney has checked in. Miles Heidi as well, along with Taj DeGorville with that mask. 2-man game, Heidi, and he scores inside. So Heidi's coming off his best game of the season. 5 assists to go along with 12 points. Byrd on the attack. Dumps it for Compton, slams it. Vicious slam. Pharaoh Compton, he's up. Byrd on a switch. Throws it up for Compton. Compton muscling inside to score. Pharaoh Compton showing off his size and physicality. Led by 2 a couple of times. This is Byrd. Shake and bake. Attacks. Dumps it off behind the back for Compton, who's got a chance to 3-point play. That's what it is currently. There's Byrd. Oh, look, Compton. What a find. And Compton with 2 hands. That was beautiful for Miles Byrd.
Simon against the ball handler right now, Nick Boyd, because he is their best and most rangy, athletic defender.
Byrd trying to go in the alley-oop and gets it to Pharaoh Compton. Up and runs right into Pharaoh Compton. Good block there as well. Right side, McKinney. Quiet no more.
So you got to get them when you can, and they've got a 6th-ranked team in front of them right now that could go a long way if they happen to not win the conference tournament. There's a dunk inside, springing free is Farrell Compton.
And Byrd.
By the way, Cryer just picked up his 3rd foul, a collision between Cougars. Second chance opportunity here, and Compton able to score it with a strong hand.
It looked like Tugler and Sharp just contributing on the offensive end. Find a rhythm here.
Here's Byrd once again. Hot hand. They cut him
pass.
off. Oh, nice look inside. Compton. Where was he out of?
Compton.
Boyd crossing over. Great find. Extra pass. How about the Aztecs?
Unselfishness from Byrd.
For Greg McDermott. So they didn't shoot it well, obviously, in that rivalry loss. But what he was more concerned with, the 16 turnovers up top on the lob. And Farrell Compton's in the game for the Aztecs.
He's been on a tear since last year's NCAA tournament. Byrd with the short clock finds Heidi over Cockbrenner. Miles Heidi.
On drought for San Diego State. Blocked with a block. Byrd in transition to the trailer, and a nice layup by Coleman Jones to be quiet. Hickman missed a long 3. DeGorville bounced off of Hickman. Great look down low.
Great pass there for Miles Byrd.
Misses that 3. Hickman, another offensive rebound. Byrd has the loose ball, has a man, and that's Davis in transition.
So Byrd has 6 of the 8 for San Diego State now in his redshirt sophomore year. Most experienced player in terms of games played in an SDSU uniform, and he finds Farrell Compton, who's got his first college points. He's got a game high with those 11 points. Here's Byrd. Skips for Davis. 3. Gets it. Nice pass from Byrd to B.J. Davis. Boyd, McKinney, DeGorville, Compton, and Byrd out there right now. Byrd on the attack. Throws it for Compton, who slams it with 2 hands. So they didn't keep an eye on Compton.
Miles Byrd with the ball. The sophomore has been terrific this year. He can shoot the 3. Great defender. Dagenhart to the floor.
Decisions. Cardenas snapped the pass off to Meadow in the corner.
Byrd has been kind of quiet offensively, and he throws it away. Carmichael the steal. Ubo hard to the bucket. And
That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
The Mountain West continues here on CBS Sports Network.
It can do something to your defensive pressure, right? Now you're not as aggressive no more defensively, but that's not going to change with San Diego State as they get another steal.
Nearly thrown away. Bedford saves. And out. Still at 8. Aztecs need a bucket, need it fast. Byrd lost it. Scooped by Hill. Here's the Vegas guy. He's fouled on the way
forward, and Nelly Jr. Joseph at the 5. I mean, they'd be a top 15 team in the country.
Byrd takes it away, trying to dump it back to Compton, but boy, Donovan Dent was right there. I gotta imagine Dent, the front runner for Player of the Year in the Mountain West Conference. And that's gonna go off of Byrd, or Boyd rather, Troy Washington. Able to dictate the tempo. They've slowed things down. They've made this a half-court game.
And how do you dictate tempo? You keep your turnovers low. You compete on the glass, because when you get a rebound, you get to be the one that determines, do we want to...
Just feeling it as he came off that down screen. Byrd trying to get it to Coleman. Jones ripped away. Falslev in transition. Currently plus 12 on the boards is San Diego State with a 10-2 advantage on the offensive glass.
Yeah, and in their last meeting, San Diego State was plus 16 in that win from the rebound margin. So they're taking it to another level because everybody is moving the ball, sharing the ball. They're getting down. Byrd almost gets into the paint.
Lots of energy in the building.
They can switch, they can trap, they can full court press. When you're able to do so many things differently defensively, it keeps the offense off guard when you're playing against that defense.
Bowie knifes through, missed it. I think they're gonna.
Yeah, they're probably gonna look at that and change that, right?
But my point is, Guat has 7 turnovers. To go with 6 blocks.
I mean, he's young. He'll figure out the
app.
The Aztecs cut off the water, and it was SDSU that won it by 3.
Yeah, and you're seeing the similar things right now. Careless play by San Diego State in the first half. And
on 6. It's a big possession. Boyd driving in traffic. Byrd knocked away. Clifford, I think, got a hand on it. Byrd with a steal. Numbers here in the lane. Lob pass, not a great one.
Sloppy play. Both teams look tired. It's been a...
It shows you the potential right there.
Burgess is sophomore. Become his team. Picks this one, though, right to Allen. The easy intercept. Skywalker.
Yeah,
he is a huge Star Wars fan.
I knew that one in talking to Sundance in years past.
Whipped out of bounds. Byrd trying to get a little too fancy from the top of the key. Misfires on that. And turns. Good hustle to Gorlick. Finds it. Byrd's on the move. That's out of bounds. Lost it again. Media timeout. You talked about a heat check, 4 of 5, and now a takeaway. It was Hall. Davis, the speedster, coast to coast. Yeah, has it stripped by Byrd, who gets it poked loose. Should the Spartans choose the foul? Byrd gets out of it somehow, and he turns it over. And now a timeout called, the final timeout for San Jose State, and the Spartans will get the ball back.
Physical, boy, no place for the weak at heart in this game.
Byrd has it poked away by Foster, scooped up by Himes. And after a 5-0 start for preseason poll, Utah State got one first place vote in the Mountain West Conference, and yet the Aggies are in first place. There's a turnover, and San Diego State has turned it over. To Gorville, back to Coleman Jones with under a minute to play. Tipped away by Davidson. A rare run-out chance for the Wolfpack. Davidson.
Yeah, it's going to be important to get Miles Byrd going. They need some type of spark to bring this crowd to life.
He started to miss some of those. Heidi, Byrd, blocked is out of bounds, and that's a turnover. And Brian Dutcher's not happy at all.
Going to his left, he is so good, Byrd. Good hands, deflection. Borsi. This is Dent weaving his
physical back when I was coaching. The freedom of movement has really changed things, too.
It's physical in the lane on that drive from Byrd. No whistle. Giveaway. Cardenas hesitates, accelerates.
San Diego State has found the middle of this 2-3 zone. They've been able to get it in there, but you can't do that.
Easy pick for Barnes, and now he gets his pocket picked on the other end. And they'll set it back up. Byrd lost it and hit the deck. Albury taking flight, and
San Diego State is so big, so athletic, so quick. It's just not working at this point.
Here's the steal by Tucker. And Tucker reversed it on the other side. Sissoko ran it down.
State, he is currently leading the nation in blocks. Daniel circling, throws it away. Aztecs 3-on-2 as they hurry ahead. Byrd lost it off of himself, out of bounds. Miles got to cut into this lead from 19. It's down to 10. And here's Byrd on the attack the other way. Byrd running the floor, lost it. He was poked, had it poked away from behind. Now Stevenson, CBU off it. USD's lowest scoring output in a first half this year is 26 points against Idaho State. And Byrd has that stolen away by Truitt, who missed the dunk.
Game, and that's his first bucket. Tough one.
Byrd trying to go back to Compton, no.
Place finished last year. I know that San Diego State made another Sweet 16, like I get that, and that's important, right? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. But they did struggle. They were up and down all Mountain West. Nick Boyd used his length. Michael 6'7", and he's done a nice job. Nick Boyd has really struggled.
Now a turnover and another layup, but a foul first. Shot was missed, but
right here, going back to the first play that they scored on. And Byrd turns it over.
Shellstat pushing.
Side to allow their big man an easy bucket.
Now a deflection and a steal. Bartholomew to Bamba.
But Hickman can make those same kind of plays.
Pick and pop. Coleman Jones misses. Byrd, that ankle looks pretty good. Stripped away by Battle, and there they go again. Battle in transition. Hickman with a bump. All right, last 4 minutes of this half. San Diego State obviously wants to shoot better and get a little closer before halftime. And a good job by Ben Gregg. Strips the ball. Hickman. San Diego State just can't really puncture this cushion by Gonzaga.
Shot clock at 10. DeGorville is in. Heidi as well. Shot clock at 7. Byrd on the attack, lost it. Throws it ahead. This is Howell. And he's...
Another offensive rebound. They've got 6, does Boise State. San Diego State has just 1. Carmichael open. And then one.
Back into this game. Martinez cross-court pass. Anderson the drive once again. Backdoor cut by Martinez. A little indecision in midair though.
Try to do.
Right there, you see a steal, getting out to easy buckets in transition right there. It was just a great recognition and awareness from McKinney to come over as Byrd.
One more as Compton puts it in. And Byrd again.
Was a starter earlier in the season. Meadow had 7 to start the game. He's been quiet since. Lob pass, Degenhardt, taken away. That's Byrd who
tried to throw the ball to him in the post as they're getting multiple turnovers.
So they've got that New Mexico game. They traveled to Nevada. That's a quad 1 opportunity. Was not a turnover. Cherry in the blocks. Good find to Hicks, who flashes and scores. He has made a huge...
Got a kick-out look if they want. Right there. That was his man, Clark. Good read for Vicinen.
Mexico's offense is, they're one of 2 teams in the country. St. John's the other, top 25 in both blocks and steals, and right now showing the prowess at this end.
Anderson's an Arizona transfer.
Great back cut by Meadow.
And he gets fouled.
Meadow has made his team will make it very hard to score in the paint.
Cardenas bounces. Dean waits and banks it up and through. Count the hoop and one.
See at Villanova on my first team. Calvin Byrd.
Calvin Byrd.
Great cut.
Meadow in traffic.
But until you get out here and see the length and the athleticism, it's a totally different beast. Backdoor Templin with the pass, but Guaf. But then when they get here, it's a different deal. But I will say with Brian Dutcher, he gives these guys a real freedom to play on offense. So if you guard, you can be pretty free to play. Martinez step back 3. A good recovery there from Nick Boyd. He was behind the play. Underneath the rim. Step back contested 3. Templin offensive rebound. Martinez draws the foul, and you can count it. He puts it in.
First meeting here since 2018. That was a USD win. They outscored the Aztecs by 18 in the second half. And there's a dunk from Stephen Jamerson. Jamerson 3. He's had the night of his life to this point. Back cut. Layup. Well done.
Sparrow's 3rd personal. They go right back to Biddle off the baseline entry. Nice cut. Bamba. This time Coleman Jones, is that his 4th?
Hit the back of the rim, but you love it even more when it goes down.
Most of the season so far. Isaac's trying to thread that needle. How did he find Neal?
They want to play with. It's just a matter of getting used to doing it in long stretches like Brian Dutcher has always taught them to do.
Nemhard creating, and Gregg. Cardenas throws it away. Byrd, one of the best in getting in the passing lane. This is Boyd. Lobs it up. Degenhardt against Coleman Jones. Byrd comes to double. got a hand on it. And Boyd has the loose ball.
Great double. How into it the bench is in these moments. They just sat back down after that last miss. Byrd with the takeaway. Back to Davis to Byrd. Oh!
That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Waiting for so long.
Yes, as the kids would say, you gotta let him cook. I mean, when your family's watching you, your parents is watching as Byrd sneaks and gets the steal. Byrd is fired up right now.
Bedford turns on the Jets. Byrd says no. Goes behind the back. Saves possession. Nick Boyd retreats behind the line. Takes the rainbow and catch the story. Hill back to the basket. Excellent defender in Miles Byrd. Knocks it away. Nick Boyd glides and gets it.
Aztecs pull back within one.
Good sign for the Aztecs.
Poked away. Byrd gets the steal. And now Byrd crosses over. And now San Diego State trying to turn up the defensive intensity. Their calling card.
Here we
Here's
go.
Byrd
He's unbelievable.
with the run out. Miles Byrd with the hammer dunk.
Toppin on it as well. So you would have Toppin at the small forward and Nelly Jr. Joseph at the 5. I mean, they'd be a top 15 team in the country.
Byrd takes it away, trying to dump it back to Compton, but was around town all day, has been electric. And Farrell Compton has played well in big games. I mean, let's not forget, San Diego State beat Houston earlier this year. Compton at 13. Now Byrd with the takeaway as he gets shoved going to the bucket by the net standings. San Diego State played the 7th toughest schedule in all college basketball. And great job by Byrd to keep a fast break bucket away from Donovan Dent.
There's Chewy.
And welcome to
You see a steal, getting out to easy buckets in transition right there. It was just a great recognition and awareness from McKinney to come over, as Byrd did right there on the weak side.
Another steal for the Aztecs. Boyd puts it in. And Byrd again leaping through the air, snatches it with the talent.
Tempo. Meadow more aerodynamic now since the haircut. Aztecs make a living out of points. Meadow had 7 to start the game. He's been quiet since. Lob pass, Degenhardt, taken away. That's Byrd who elevated. Boyd.
Welcome to the Event Center in San Jose. Chris Lewis alongside Darren Collison. San Jose State has gotten off to the great start without their top 2 scorers on the year, Josh Aduje, Will McClendon, both out due to injury. Despite that, it is the underdog Spartans with a 4-point lead.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing the same thing.
Davis with the left. It's caught. No goaltend. Much to the dismay of San Diego State. But yeah, too quick in transition. He gives it away.
Not a lot of scoring the last 3 minutes. Still a 5-point game. Byrd with a steal. Numbers here in the lane. Lob pass, not a great.
Byrd back off the bench. Passing Heidi with foul trouble. Block. Koyanet's got a piece of it. Byrd picks the outlet. It's out of bounds. And Wyoming's got it.
I'd like to see out of San Diego State with a little more activity.
Yeah, has it stripped by Byrd, who gets it poked loose.
7-footer, redshirt freshman, nails the 3. That is just the 9th made 3 on the season. Byrd steal and dunk. A big bound. Second chance for the Wolfpack on this possession.
Yep, he doesn't want to go against Guap. He's worried about it. Here's the steal, man.
Himes throws it into the hands of Miles Byrd. Byrd Euros his way in, taking 5.5 blocks a game. Sanders, shot fake, that's rejected, but Davidson there to pick it up, lost the handle. Byrd gets another steal, and now Byrd and Boyd. Boyd finishing.
San Diego State always known for their player development over the course of the years.
Well, Guap takes a seat. Jared Coleman-Jones back in. Byrd in the passing lane. He has a block. He has a steal. He has a floater.
5 of their 11 threes in half number 1. Taylor and a trio of them, but turns it over here. Miles Byrd, another steal for San Diego State. A rapid 9 off the bench in half 2. And Byrd in the passing lane, dives on the floor. Aztecs get possession. Here's McKinney.
Byrd runs into Cherry, gets it up, ball's blocked. Boy, great defense on the interior. Loose ball.
Oh.
Davis!
You have to set up your defender to get hit by the screen. The screener has to find the proper angle to set that screen, and you come together to not allow the defender to get through.
One of the best defenders. Bemba banging in low. Bird's got the height to guard him. Maybe not the bulk, and he knocks it loose. Colorado State gets it back. Great no-look pass by Evans, and Bemba screen for Clifford. A short roll. Bourne, not a good pass. That's what Byrd does. Oh! That made the tournament. New Mexico essentially made the tournament by winning the Mountain West tournament. Byrd again, that's 5 steals from him. That's a 3. And he missed it.
Niko Medved sitting here in front of us. He just looks up with a smile on his face like some things you just can't control.
One shy of a career high, 21 for Byrd. With a redshirt freshman out of Euless, Texas, Magoon Dwyer. Byrd, that's another steal, and that's another dunk.
And that's the new...
Handles the point. Nice inside. The tip here. This is Byrd staying in play.
Oh, nice play.
Clean strip by Datsun.
Pinned down for him. Maybe it'll get him going. Nice hands by him, too, with the steal.
Down to 30 seconds left in the half. This is Byrd.
The defensive set.
Tough catch for Johnson. Bucks it, he threw it away. A foot race, Byrd up to Boyd, lays it up, he missed it.
That tempo. Pass taken away, Byrd. Cotton Taylor's passing lane. Up ahead, Boyd, the up and under.
Team is Nick Boyd, number 2 in white. But I think Miles Byrd is getting there. He's a pretty personable guy, man. Look at his wingspan. I mean, if your last name's Byrd, you should have one of the most valuable players, not only on the floor, but in this conference. And I think if San Diego State ends up winning the Mountain West, here he is again. He will be the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year.
And the flush.
You know, that's another thing that historically they're really good at. And Johnson did a good job of closing out on Cardenas, causing that tie-up.
And the arrow gives it to the Aztecs. Buchanan, Indiana Wesleyan transfer, NAIA All-American. Muscles inside, but lost it. Byrd poked it loose. Coleman Jones wants it.
Might have been able to call it.
Because you watch the way they play. It's a mindset. Acano lost it in the paint. Byrd able to recover. Yeah, Miles Byrd just totally taking on that pin down and blowing it up.
Sissoko begging for it against Guap. They give it to him. They double team him. And the turnover. Byrd up ahead. Boyd lays it in but misses it. Coleman.
Largest Aztec lead, 64-49. Daniels Jr. matched up on Compton. Bird's got the steal. Look out, Miles Byrd.
Fastest tempo. The only team that's faster is the New Mexico Lobos.
Collins trying to get out and run it. Goff gets another rejection. The nation's leader in block shots.
An all Mountain West Conference season last year. That 5th place, finish, and then you lose Jaden Ledee, who was an All-American candidate. Yeah, we had questions, but they're answering them the last couple of weeks.
We play our conference championship here. All of our fans travel. He said our fan base is second to none, especially in his first season. He's loved it, and he's really picky about taking this job, but did it for the culture of playing for a guy, or working with a guy like
exactly what he did to start the half last night. Getting downhill, and they've been successful at that.
Now a deflection and a steal. BJ Davis on the run out. Eyes up in transition. Stab. Bamba. 5 to shoot. Bamba rocks with it. He's got a season high. He coughs it up.
Big possession.
Nick Boyd, who faced the Aztecs in the Final Four a couple seasons ago. The San Diego State defense wreaking havoc. Davis, senior, they need his strength inside against Creighton.
Yeah, Coleman Jones doing a great job early on with Kalkbrenner. You know you're going to have the front.
A steal. Miles Byrd on a race to the rim.
Always pushing tempo. Ajayi misses that three. Hickman, another offensive rebound. Byrd has the loose ball. Has a man, and that's Davis.
Goes for the steal, but Aniwa Tate Jones gets it back. 2-0 a minute in. Nearly a double dribble and a turnover. Aztecs numbers 3-on-2. Davis to the rack. His first Aztec field goal. He's got the last 5 for SDSU, and San Diego State has his largest lead. There's Byrd. Look out. Miles Byrd with 2 hands. Time the wing gets it to go again. Miles Byrd, his 3rd triple. Aztecs lead by 4. Now Byrd to steal. They can do it with hands. Instant big man of the country tonight, Ryan Kalkbrenner, 49 in a win at home. Out of the inbound, Tate Jones has it poked away. Davis then fouled there by Gray. And Gray does not like by Byrd. Howe on a switch, looking for Magai. He's got the smaller Davis. Backing down. And they go for the steal and have it. Boyd's got it for San Diego State. Ahead. Byrd.
Stanley's back in for Boise State. Carmichael open. Whoa! Miles Byrd, ladies and gentlemen.
They'll switch out. Coleman Jones takes him now. Allen on the wing, into the corner. Newton missed a 3. Big rebound, B.J.
Brown, and so he comes here to San Diego State and some instant contributions off the bench. Martinez, another triple, checks up. And Davis doing it
from Lithuania. Allen the handoff to Nesbitt. Back cut. Nesbitt for 2. Terrific execution on that first possession.
They're trying to get it to him. You could see it, Chris. Good defense by Coleman Jones.
A healthy 3, in and out from Kearney.
Ferrari defending on Evans. Clifford's driving right at Heidi, got it up, tipped around against Wyoming. But the news right now is that New Mexico loses at San Jose State by a point. That's a long 3 by Clifford. They share the ball extremely well. One of the best passing teams in the conference, and Clifford rolls in a hook.
Good. That was about 12 feet. Niko Medved sitting here in front of us. He just looks up with a smile on his face like some things you just can't control.
One shy of
first year in the program here in Albuquerque. Last 3 years at BYU for Atiki. This is a seal.
Same play, they got the 3 free.
Boyd then nearly got away with a palming violation there. Or did get away with one. Borovicin a little bit short on the 3 as he's cooled off a little bit.
At SDSU, first 18, top assistant for Steve Fisher has extended the dynasty. Meanwhile, Taylor knocks down a second
vocal leader on the San Diego State team is Nick Boyd, number 2 in white. But I think Miles Byrd is getting there. He's a pretty personable guy, man. Look at his.
His second consecutive start in the absence of Drake Allen. And Martinez, one of the conference's really great scorers, short.
Boyd push basketball. And no surprise, because you watch the way they play. It's a mindset.
Acano lost it in the paint. Byrd able to.
Stojakovic. He's hit 2 in a row.
They're good. This is KJ Bradley Jr. getting their leading scorer. He's got 5 early. Step back, Pierre. Back iron, no. Coleman Jones the rebound. Still not out of it, but it is a 14-point lead. Here's a 3. And it pops out. Offensive rebound, though. Ball.
Off the last shot. Sharp back on the floor. Got a taller player on him, and he draws the contact. He's got a knack.
16-0 runs help.
Bamba. Trying to go back-to-back. Empty possession for Oregon. Bamba versus Byrd. He got a piece, didn't he? No reset, Bartholomew.
Gonzaga wants it in the 80s or 90s. San Diego State would love it in the 70s, maybe even the 60s.
First shot, that's battle, and he missed it. Rebound.
4 rebounds, and as we told you, last 7 games, over 17 a game. Bowie, a rare 3. Look at Buchanan go.
We love that, too.
I love that more.
Speaking of love, lots to like about his game as Kobe says.
Byrd delivers 5 straight. And San Diego State takes the 1-point lead. Rishway, no look! Boy, he turned around as soon.
Nesbitt attacks. Heidi fouls him. So Nesbitt earns a trip to the free throw.
In there, all right, okay. We're in Southern California. We're talking about Kareem. I'm with you.
And we got a sky hook down in SoCal. Feeling good tonight, Casey. This is a huge, huge game.
You do want to fit in, but for Boyd, if you're more aggressive, you're able to see your teammates a lot better as opposed to just being hesitant.
Story of the first meeting between these squads. It was a 21-point advantage for San Jose State in the first half. Wayward 3 from Davis.
Team that went to the Sweet 16. Nesbitt off the handoff. Drives in and blocked again. Another rejection.
You do that. Let's see if they do that in the next 5 minutes to get this crowd going.
Aduje long 2. He's human.
Husky sets the screen. He has 20 points. San Diego State has struggled to defend the player in the post. Gurney's hit a couple of...
He was eyeing that thing from about 26, 27 feet. Clifford, a nice move, but no finish. And the rebound.
Teams, you're talking about San Diego State, but it's the Aggies, top 20 in the country in forcing turnovers, and that's a foul on a 3. Byrd tried to get a piece of him.
You know, hopefully that'll take care of itself in some ways, but they have to be able to rebound better.
They're off until January 1st when they play at Pittsburgh with Phil Compton, the freshman.
Cryer finds a little open room. That's the mid-range jumper you talked about, Grant. He's got nice skill. Down to 6. Sharp trying to turn the corner. Shot clock at 2. Sharp puts up a prayer, and it's short. And we got a whistle. San Diego State able to rally back to tie it up and force overtime. Here's Sharp, who had a chance to win it, misses, and
they could have given up on the play.
3 blocks for each team. They've been highlights. There's one for Bamba out of the corner.
Jones, he got into early foul trouble and only played 9 minutes in the first quarter.
Bamba downhill to the line. So you think that might have been part of their defensive rebounding woes? Not
good crossover from Wallace. He'll have free throws when we come back. One of the
3 from the 3-point line. That has been the story. Hill back to the basket. Excellent defender in Miles Byrd. Knocks it away. It's that pressure from Coach Dutcher's team. And Byrd can provide it. Hill backs him down. Davis from behind. That's a basket. And a chance.
This team with JT Toppin on it as well. So you would have Toppin at the small forward and Nelly Jr. Joseph at the 5. I mean, they'd be a top 15 team in the country.
Martinez working against Ferrari Akano.
I wouldn't let it go. I would have 100% let it go.
Akano cupping, finds his way to the cup.
Stop it. Everything going in right now.
You've got sophomores and juniors doing the heavy lifting, and you got Guaf, who's a freshman, who's one of the best shot blockers in the country. Put back, Jorgen. That was great.
That's a page right out of Colorado State.
No question.
A lot of contact. Lake turned away at the rim. It's out. Look at the effort and energy. Bedford down with the rebound and then can't finish. I think Compton got a block.
Clifford against Byrd. That's a really good defender, and he gets inside him and scores and gets a free throw.
Empty, but a good read by the big guy. Look at this handle. Dance, puts it down. Basketball.
chance to win it. Sharp taking his time up the floor, down to 5 to 4 now. Sharp on the drive. Sharp rises up and no good. And we go to overtime.
Bamba. That was tough. Tip rebound.
Once again.
Shellstad. Bamba. 5 to shoot. Bamba rocks with it. He's got a season high. He coughs it up. This without his starting point guard today. Playing in the backcourt with Neal, 5 to shoot. Byrd defending. Neal missed a contested 3.
49 points from one of the best big men in the country tonight, Ryan Kalkbrenner. 49 in a win at home. Out of the inbound. Tate Jones has it poked away.
A dozen. Stanley's back in for Boise State. Carmichael open. Whoa! Miles Byrd, ladies and gentlemen. Meadow. Clock is down. Meadow's going behind the back in the lane. Blocked. That's Byrd again. It's a great ball handler against a great defender. Carmichael busts it hard. Blocked. Byrd got another, his 3rd of the game. No reset on the shot clock.
Mountain West tournament coming up next week. You know San Diego State's going to be facing Boise in the first round. Byrd comes back and gets a block.
After it, so he's another player that helps his team out tremendously.
Off the missed free throw. Quick transition. Byrd erases. The Doorbell also in the area. Dobbs in this game. 9 of them have been threes. For a team that makes just 6 threes per night. Byrd sends that away and has that look. LV leads just under 8 minutes left. Rishwain, he's feeling it. Season high 21. Drops it off. Hicks and swatted. Miles Byrd gets a block shot. Averaging.
Pointer went down. He got his feet set. The pass came from the inside out.
Really good look from Byrd, who gets a swat on the other side. Goes out of bounds, will stay.
Who now tries the baseline. Good defense by San Diego State. Clock's down to 5. Buchanan goes hard. That's Boyd. It is. It's Byrd coming across with a block. Well,
yeah, they still have a shot. I mean, you look at New Mexico's schedule. That's Gardina's drives right here.
Another block. I don't know who had a piece of it, Guath or Byrd. They may meet again in Las Vegas, which is, what, 3 weeks away. Meadow spinning. Blocked. 10 blocks by San Diego State.
Marby Guath.
Awesome attacking the glass on both ends of the floor, but if you're just now tuning in with us.
But he has 5 assists. So you say, okay, if your leading scorer isn't having a great night, you want him to do other things. That's what Miles Byrd's doing.
Yep. Just attack the basket.
Absolutely okay with that call. Just 1 on the shot clock. Catch and shoot for Mills, swatted away. Miles Byrd in a shot clock violation.
Favors Air Force. That's the way they want to play, up tempo.
Zilla Husky, no double on the post. Kearney for 3, no.
Guess who blocked that? Miles Byrd.
Conference has been at the peak of close games. 10 to shoot. Zilla Husky, backdoor cut. Guath says no! Byrd helps. Marshall's turned away.
Pick and roll, and Bemba. Oh! That's Miles Byrd, his 2nd block of the night.
To distribute is impressing him just as much.
Well, every defense that plays Air Force right now, Trent, is really nice defense there. They get a shot clock violation. Every defense that.
Compton shoots instead and missed everything. San Diego State's now missed 7 of the last 8. Up ahead. Stopped! Byrd came closing in. Got a.
Sometimes that's easier said than done. You got to be determined. There we go.
Stojakovic blocked from behind by Byrd. 16-11 Aztecs. Campbell blocked by Byrd. Byrd has 2 big blocks.
Last half of the second half tonight where they stretched it out to double digits. Inside Truitt. Had it blocked by Byrd beautifully. Miles Byrd, Swiss Army knife.
Street clothes tonight, but they're undeterred. This is the pace they're going to play.
Inside the set, gets a shot blocked by Byrd. Gawaf takes it away.
Guaf dribbled it off his foot. Bartholomew hits the Jets. Oh my! Do not jump with him. Miles Byrd. Bamba versus Byrd. He got a piece, didn't he? No reset, Bartholomew for 3.
With Kalkbrenner as the recipient. And 9 times out of 10, literally, you would expect that to go down.
Wow, Byrd hit the 3 to take us to our most recent break. And that altered, if not blocked, by Kalkbrenner. Got to be now if you're the Blue Jays. Isaacs off the crossover. Oh! Byrd got it. Guaf 2.
And Guaf
Dutcher on night 1. Left baseline Howell, who the Aztecs saw last year at St. Mary's. Now his shot's blocked by Byrd. Aztecs quickly the other way. Kapich on Byrd. Perimeter Tate Jones, guarded by Guaf. Puts the ball on the floor, attacks, has it blocked, but the follow is short. Nick Boyd comes away. Shot clock at 7. Byrd on the attack, lost it. Throws it ahead, this is Howell. And he's blocked by Byrd. Stays with UC San Diego, and that's a miss inside. Now Howell cut off. Outside for Kapich, driving, has it blocked away. Byrd saves it. Aztecs can take a lead. This is Davis.
Cardenas gets in tight. Why not? Meadow offensive rebound. Emmanuel Ugo hands to Cardenas. Got to get a shot off. Meadow does. So he can put it back on when he gets there. Cardenas is driving. Doubled. Keen a rare 3, and that's way off.
Why they found themselves in bubble situations, but it's also why they're the same team that has beaten Houston this year, has beaten Creighton this year. Kobe Sanders trying to spark something, can't do it.
Bird's playmaking ability has improved greatly throughout the season as Bever hits the 3.
Rishway drops it. Hill retreats. Henley left open, flips, and hits. First a double.
Playmaking, putting the ball on the floor, scoring, being able to shoot the 3. But he's just a terrific player and has played phenomenal this season for Aztecs.
What a board by
Here's Agbem, and they switch out Coleman Jones. Now a 3 in the corner. Won't go for Nesbitt. Agbem, step in, misses the 3. Magassa gets another offensive rebound. So the Aztecs fail to clear, and now Allen finally buries him.
Martinez to Allen. He thought about it. Allen up top. Akano, ball fake. Another 3. Oh, still on fire from the first half. His second 3 of the night. Makes it a 1-possession game. Both teams a combined 9 for their last 10. Anderson trying to make it rain. No luck for
this. Against Heidi. In tight. Corner. Carmichael. Missed it. Dagenhart. Follow. Missed it.
3 for SJSU. They play off Hall. Godarzi off right rim. Offense. Latrell Davis carves inside, whips to the corner, pass it, Godarzi can't get it to go, an excellent shooter. Washington resets, looks at the shot clock, says just 6. Vasquez, count it! Wow!
Settle down and run continuity on the offensive end.
Morton.
Oh, Byrd took a shot, he's down.
Clifford got the 3! Byrd is hurt.
Sophomore. Really good start to the year, scored 50 a game early, has dipped since then. Nesbitt thinking 3 other end for Wyoming. Back iron miss. Rebound history in regards to wins from year to year in your first go at it. Allen passing, Newton way long, and Compton was such a long shot.
Yes, and I've always felt like bigs that alter shots, that should be counted as a stat. And right there, as a Duce hits another three.
In the West. Hasn't been this season. McClendon's going to fire.
They're going to need more of that down the stretch.
Right side of Duce. Can't get them all.
That's where they got to push.
Davis now. Runs into the trees. Back out. Hole. Air ball. Davis tried to save it, but it goes.
Himes, kick out. Bailey, triple. Nevada's shooting a lot more threes. San Diego State leads it by 14, largest of the game. Bailey misfires a three. Himes on the
being a redshirt freshman, DeGorville, right? Compton, Carter, great guys that are very young.
4 made threes in the game for DeGorville. 4 for 5, in fact.
Absolutely okay with that call. Just 1 on the shot clock. Catch and shoot for Mills, slide it away. Miles Byrd in a shot clock. Air Force, that's where they want to play, up tempo. Zilla Husky, no double on the post. Kearney for 3, no. Guess who blocked that? Miles.
Thomas in a pick and roll. Rishwain contested, and he missed it long. 8 home courts. This is one of the best. Bedford, kick, Hicks, 3, no. The tip to Thomas.
San Diego State, little taste of their own medicine. Donovan Dent out front, Washington, good ball movement. This kid can stroke it, ball reaching in at that time.
No, we expected some of this. The start from Air Force really was a surprise, but as another miss goes off the rim there.
Haven't seen him yet.
Look how San Diego State packs it in the lane. I mean, try to drive it in there. Very difficult, so you end up taking shots like that.
And then Boise State comes in, winners of 5 straight. Rocket off the handoff. Keene might have been deflected. Byrd extended his arm and connects. That was the big one on the second. 7-point lead, 3 possessions. Meadow fires it high. Offside rim, and that's...
Open 3 from the corner. No foul call as Tucker Anderson puts in. There are open shots to be had. Falslev contested 3. Offensive glass Templin.
Block with the rejection. Ola Joseph knows. Sissoko with a rebound, and he's fouled.
With a 7-point lead, near 2 minutes to play. Daniels Jr. off for Johnson. 3 ball. Got it! It's 5-2 just underway here from Viejas Arena in front of a near-capacity crowd, if not a capacity crowd. There's a 3-point try from the corner that's short from Dolk. Truitt on Guad. Into the painted area. Dumps it off. Another corner triple. And that is going to be off the back heel. USD is not at a career high. Both career highs for Miles Heide. Final second. Stalky lost it. Throws it for Muncie, who fires the 3. And that's...
Approach the 8-minute mark of this first half. Inside, Roberts. Coleman Jones on him, turns it back. Sharp lets it fly. Sharp missed it. And another offensive rebound. Tucked to Alley going into the halftime locker room that his team missed a ton of open looks. Here's an open look for Uzan, and he knocks this one down.
Great shot there, but Francis.
Battling to keep possession. Here's a 3 on the way. Jackpot. Keyshawn Bartholomew. Over the top. And a touch pass to the corner. Ball movement, but no shot yet for Creighton. Here it comes from Nick Andrew. Knockdown.
And that's a great...
He was even better last year in Conference USA at Middle Tennessee. Shot 44% from distance. Isaacs missed it all. Boyd goes his career high with 15 points. McAndrew. He's run cold. 1 and done for Creighton. Walks into a triple. Trouts on the glass. Isaacs on the reloads. 0 for 2 on the trip.
Attacks on Boyd. Now Magai. Attacking, this is Gray. Left wing, missed it long. Jared Coleman-Jones, MTSU.
Big Boyd let Dussel get loose once. It wasn't going to happen twice.
Kobe Sanders, good score for this Nevada team from Cal Poly. Olson's a good point guard, just trying to get through, and now with 5 seconds, nearly threw it away. Sanders has to launch from 35 feet, missed everything in a shot clock violation. 23-point advantage for San Diego State in this first half. David Smith, through 3 defenders, scores anyway, and this is why he's probably going to be on the all-conference.
Both teams come in winners of 5 of their last 6. The swarming DeGorvin.
But he's another player that helps his team out tremendously.
Off the missed free throw. Quick transition. Byrd erases. DeGorvin also in the area. And that time showed off the hops. Shot clock down to 5. Has to be Bedford, does it himself, in and out, and Coleman-Jones skies for the board.
Interesting here for Wyoming. They've kept Agbem at the point and haven't brought A.J. Wills off the bench, who usually plays more minutes at the point. Going to count that? Yes, they are. Coleman-Jones
on Compton. McKinney and Byrd each have 3 also. So foul trouble has been a theme for San Diego State. That 3 miss on the right side.
We'll have to go to UNLV on March 4th.
Trying to save it. Shots missed. San Diego.
Freshman, he thinks he's the best overall player. Yeah.
Allen, a little wiggle to the corner. Falslev fading away on the baseline. Misses everything. DeGorville.
Bench with 2 fouls.
Martinez in the lane. Kicks it to the corner. Look at him whip it around. Falslev pump fake. Floater. Checks up short. Gattaretsi the offense. 6 to shoot for Weaver. And Unique the pump fake. Rises up, splits it between 2 defenders. And a veteran.
Cardenas gets in the lane. Carmichael gets to the rim, and he's fouled. How about this?
That was good help by Compton on Clifford on that curl screen.
Clifford's got 16. Clifford in tight. He's got 18.
Right to Allen. The easy intercept. Agbem needs help. Nesbitt offers it. Nice through traffic and lays it in. What a move there for Jordan Nesbitt. Getting Agbem's opportunities in pick and rolls. Hasn't been able to get much. Steve Newton blocked from behind by Byrd. Can't believe it. But a foul is called. Coyotes posted up on Heidi. 5 on the timer. Up top, Allen. Pump fake. Tries a 3. Hits another one. Dante Allen.
But they've lost their last 2 trips here to Reno. Coleman down the baseline. Guath has the rebound. No reset of the assist. So you say, okay, if your leading scorer isn't having a great night, you want him to do other things. That's what Miles Byrd's doing.
Yep. 50 inches on his defender. Takes him right to the basket. Free throw line jumper. Offensive board for the Falcons. Taylor lines it up and drills it.
He's been awesome tonight.
Step back. Kearney gets fouled.
And Bedford floating through the lane, and it's going to drop. Around the screen. Thomas kicks. Bedford driving, gets in, and he scores with a left hand. And the tip to Thomas. Henley driving. And he's fouled. Williams cut off. Kicked. Good rotation. Lake drives. Floater. And he missed it. Here comes Byrd.
Got to take this guy right now. Good ball movement. This is Nolan. Weak side to the cup. Just couldn't finish point blank on the road at Wyoming. Johnson trying to curl in. Gets it on the wing to Nolan. Into the paint. Nolan's headband got pushed down over his eyes. Underneath. Out of Dent. Lobos trying to use that shot clock. Dent underneath. Going glass. How tough
Go State, that is huge for Coach Brian Dutcher.
You know, that's another thing that historically they're really good at. And Johnson did a good job of closing out on Cardenas, causing that tie-up.
Easier said than done. You got to be determined. There we go.
Stojakovic blocked from behind by Byrd. 11 Aztecs. Campbell blocked by Byrd.
Bird's had 9 last year in a game. Shot clock at 3. He's driving on McKinney and dishing. Shot clock at 1. Pull up is good. Did he get it off or not? They're going to look. It's 12. Coleman has hit 3 threes already in this game. Musa on the attack for Silverstein driving. High off the glass. No, but another putback for CBU.
They were saying last year a lot. Just wait till you get to see McGroon play. And now here he is. He is really good. Meanwhile, Michael Robinson answers the tallest. Collins with the kick out. Robinson. High jump stop and runs right into Farrell.
Is ultra small. And so if they can't rebound, they're going to be in trouble.
Time for those bids for the NCAA tournament.
Well, a strong non-conference schedule, particularly in the Mountain West, goes a long way. As you mentioned, of course, also going a long way.
Offensive rhythm, and they're doing it from the three-point line. 4 straight possessions with made baskets for the Aztecs. Sharp goes right to the basket. The threat of his shot make third-place matchup between San Diego State and Houston. And some money on the line for that NIL collective. Sharp answers. Emmanuel Sharp, another made.
We make this our home. We're so comfortable here. We play our conference championship here. All of our fans travel. He said our fan base is second to none, especially in his first season. He's loved it and he's really picky about taking this.
Bamba under control.
Did you see that? Initiate the contact, absorb.
Isaac Trout, who's been a starter so far in November, but coming off the bench today. Neal goes to work, separating. Couldn't score it. Battle for the board. Claimed by.
Now Howell, cut off. Outside for K-Pitch, driving, has it blocked away. Byrd saves it. Aztecs can take a lead.
Every entry, every cut, every pass, every screen is contested.
Meadow. Degree of difficulty high.
From the left 45.
Bird's got 8. That is second 3 as Sanders on the other side misses. And that's important. If Byrd can...
Mindset when it comes to how he attacks his game.
Kobe Sanders answering with the bucket on the other end. So he's starting to...
You think they're going to talk about that in the locker room afterward?
A season high for Heidi tonight, 14 points.
Game in your hometown when you've been away for so long.
Yes, as the kids would say, you got to let him cook. I mean, when your family is watching you, your parents is watching as Birds.
The bench for quite a bit for UNLV, who's been the team's leading scorer over these last 5 games. Rishwain is rejected. Coleman Jones comes rotating over.
For Nick Boyd, Aztecs pull back within 1.
Good sign for the Aztecs.
Poked away. Byrd. Agbems played the point the whole way, and now he attacks on Byrd. Floats and hits. 2-point game.
Ajas gets on their feet. Dent trying to silence him. Can't. Is developing his maturity, a freshman from Chicago. He's had some explosive plays tonight. Donovan Dent gets it to drop. Has a chance to turn these in. He's got a dozen, has been excellent for the Aztecs. Donovan Dent wills that one through the hoop. Maybe the dagger. Dent can't finish. Tagorville gets fouled.
Patience right there, just his ability to just stay patient as a freshman and to gather himself to get a great shot at his size.
Going to get the switch again.
Rising. Missed it. Bamba. One.
This is from the jump, and it started with Aduje, their best player, saying that's home.
6 to shoot. So Latrobe
steal off the trap, and that's what kind of ignites the crowd, and this is what they've been doing time after time again.
That was a good look.
This is what gets them going. This is what we like to see out of San Diego State with a little more activity.
Yeah, has it stripped by 24 for Guath, and now an 18-0 run, closing in on 6 minutes. Aduje finally able to respond, stops the...
Thomas, 10 to shoot against Byrd. Thomas in tight, falling away. What a shot! Oh, goodness! There were 6 teams from the Mountain West that made the tournament. New Mexico essentially made the tournament by winning the Mountain West tournament. Byrd again, that's 5 steals from him.
Consecutive 2-point jumpers. I'm sure Brian Dutcher is not happy with shot selection so far.
Kearney through the lane, gets the roll.
Get on the block. Did his work early.
I think he had to try and take that one.
Bowie, teardrop is through.
That with that high post, they were getting it early on. It's been closed off here late, but this 2-3 has given the Aztecs a lot of problems. That's legal.
Turnovers, 1 field goal for San Diego State so far. Not a great stat line. They're 1 of 10 from the field. Campbell is in, and DJ Campbell.
That game.
I'm sure he hasn't.
Make his eyes bleed.
For a team that has the 2nd highest tempo in all of college basketball, there's a 3.
So a big guy that can attack inside and out.
The guy's 50%, 6 of 12.
Shoot more, man.
Yeah. To the bucket, acrobatic move, Michael Robinson.
I credit Wayne for doing that, but it's also like his 5th year, senior year. He wants to go somewhere where he can make an impact and win at a high level.
Ton of missed shots. Ton of missed free throws for San Diego State. Sharp shakes his man. Byrd. Sharp hits again. Emmanuel Sharp. Have 2 timeouts left. San Diego State just 1. And now Sharp, patient, Sharp, missed it. Tugler keeps it alive and right into the hands of Byrd.
Thanksgiving resume opportunity in Las Vegas. Downhill, Bamba's middle man.
And Bamba, you can't show it on.
7th rebound for Biddle. And Bamba jogs it up.
Here, Bamba, you want to take off.
Now Neal gets 2 feet in the lane. Got his defender lifted and finishes.
And listen, you talked about transition.
A Kalkbrenner. Nick Boyd, who faced the Aztecs in the Final Four a couple seasons ago, had the defensive board. 4 rebounds for the freshman McAndrew. Isaacs hesitates, hits the Jets, can't finish. How about
strong? He can rebound. They like his IQ.
Hickman around a screen into the lane. Another floater, missed it. And the other. Battle had a quick start in this game into the sea of arms. Boyd has the ball.
In his 8th season as head coach, Byrd goes for the steal, but Aniwa Tate Jones gets it back. 2-0 a minute in. Nearly a double dribble. 1 of 9 from the floor early, trailing 5-2. UCSD 2 of 8 as we'll get a whistle on the drive from Aniwa Tate Jones.